nothing else to drink in here though. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Ooh, was that from being? I ain't here for a long time, just for a little good time. How are you doing? It's your girl, Thick Madam 730. Coming out on the line, chewing in our face. That's a hot mess, ain't it? Welcome in. Welcome in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe and follow. Let me check these lives and make sure we in this thing. We in this thing. We in this thing. Okay, we in this thing. How y'all doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm just double checking my live situations and what's going on. I think I need to go over to Facebook on here to be able to see comments. All right. So, how y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. What's the score? Do we know what the score is? Oh, dang. Seahawks came, baby, they said we don't want y'all to win at all. Well, at least the Patriots scored. Good for them. So shout out to the Seahawks. It looks like they're winning. That's not what I'm here to talk about. So I'm not going to be here long. I want to run my mouth on a few topics, a few subjects. I first want to talk about TV. So my ABC trio, the rookie, Will Trent, and High Potential. Starting off with the rookie. Let me say this, and I said it before. Monica gets on my nerves. I cannot stand Monica. And the fact that the FBI is still working with her, I know they made those deals, and I know that they have to still honor that, but it really then annoys me to see her making all of these side moves and she's still dealing with. Was that Elijah she was talking to? Was that who she was talking to? Annoyed me. I'm going to tell you who else annoyed me this episode. Bailey's ass. Bailey annoyed me so bad because how dare you try to make John get a job that you know he don't want just because you want a job. And I hollered when John said to her, yeah, we joke about you being busy and not want to sit down, but you can't sit down. And that's not cute. I said, who wrote that line? That had to be a black person wrote that line. I'm sorry. He said, that's not cute. I said, and it's not. And it's not. She want to go to this job. And I was like, well, I didn't understand why he had to go. Like, if you want the job so bad, girl, take your behind out there and go. But you want this man who is almost 50, who done worked his way up in the LA police department to just go to DC and then you pressure him. And then what annoyed me more is, girl, you're calling me while I'm at work. Get off my phone. I'm in the middle of trying to solve crimes and get criminals. And you are on the phone talking about a damn job in DC that I don't want. I wanted to slap Bailey for John. Sometimes John be a little bit annoying, like my cousin say with his blockhead ass. But I wanted to pop Bailey for him. Because I was like, girl, is you cool? Like, you literally couldn't wait until the man got home. And how excited were we to see Aaron? I was so happy to see Aaron back when I saw that preview. And this is why I watch the recap, that they give you at the beginning of the episode, because it really lets you know kind of low-key what's about to go on, like kind of who's about to be in this episode. I was so happy to see Aaron. I don't like that mustache, though. I don't like that. I don't like that mustache, Aaron. You could take that on somewhere else. Go on with it. Go on with it. We don't want it. Shave your face. Aaron is so handsome to me, but I guess they had to make him look Hollywood Metro police officer, but no, thank you. Take it. We don't want it. Give it back. Okay? Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Um, what has happened on the Rookie that I want to talk about? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot with that. You know what I thought that was so funny? The when I was watching um so like literally literally I'm watching new episodes of Rookie, but also in my Hulu continue watching, I'm rewatching The Rookie. So I was on the episode where Gray and his wife had went to New York to see their daughter, and the daughter had ended up getting kidnapped. And the officer, the officer that was coming to beat them, they done rescued the girl, done beat the man up. The criminals is on the ground waiting. Excuse me, are on the ground waiting for the New York police. That the officer's name was Smitty. That was so funny to me. Hey Thomas, how you doing? So, okay. So I think that was it about the Rookie. Like I'm just upset. Like, and here's the thing. Elijah's in jail, right? So are y'all like, is he making moves in there? At least y'all can let us see what's going on. Let us see who Monica is talking to. Are we getting ready to get introduced to a new criminal villain on that side? Like, who is she talking to? I'm assuming it's Elijah, but again, I want to know, and I don't appreciate y'all keeping me in the dark. And then are y'all not having anybody? We're gonna stay on Monica a little bit because I feel like the FBI and the police always be dropping the ball when it comes to her. Are y'all not having anybody follow her? Y'all not having anybody watch her? Like, why are we just letting her run amok? I know she made a deal with the FBI. She gave them that intelligence. She's still doing little stuff over here and there. Why are we letting her roam free? Why is nobody telling her? Why are there not trackers on her? Like, I mean, I guess legally there's only so much you can do. But when I say the girl gets on my nerves. Okay. Will Trent. And see, I need to be doing these lives close to the time that I watch because I know for the Rookie I remember real good. But Will Trent, we're just gonna talk. I'm gonna just talk about some things about Will Trent that have come to my mind just over the episodes that I watched. This may not be exactly the old episode. What was so funny to me is when Ormwood, he's going through his cancer thing, and so he's, he been tired and all this kind of stuff. But when they was chasing, he is chasing this man down the road. This man is on a child's bicycle. This is how you know Ormwood was down bad. And I felt so bad for my boy because we know that he's like he's the jock of the crew. Like he's the one that does the running. He's the one that does the fighting. He's the one that get the people to beat him up or whatever. But because he had the cancer, he had been going through the chemo, he didn't, he didn't have no strength. So this man gets on this child's bike, on this little baby bike. That man is bunking out on Armwood. Armwood is on feet chasing this man, and this man is dusting him. But he was at the end, he had done built up that little strength. I was like, you better get it, Armwood. He was like, bah, bah, bah. He was gone. And he got him. He finally caught him. And when he caught him, when he caught him and they laid out on that ground, Ormwood was done. He was no good. He had put all he had into be able, hey Shasta, he had put all he had into being able to chase that man down so that he didn't get away. I love that Will has a new love interest because since Pulaski is with the doctor, she pregnant, she gonna have a baby, and they continually like kind of throw that up in Will's face or they're ignoring it. And I feel so sad for them, like how Will messed up their relationship by arresting her because of what she did, um they forever were changed. So there was no option of them to be able to go back. Like they loved each other and they still have the connection that they have. Like even when Will was missing, she was explaining to the doctor, like, he's my family. Like I understand what you're saying. You my family, the baby my family, but we grew up together. We've been in foster care together. We've been policed together. Like they are family. Like so, even though their relationship itself didn't work out, they still got each other's back. But it's also still hard for him to see her pregnant and living a life that he actually wanted with her, and she's living that life with somebody else. But I'm actually happy for Pulaski that she got pregnant. She's found a good man. She with the doctor. Let me say this about Scott Foley. That's one white man that don't be aging like that. And he has been able to transition from show to show to show, and he still looks good. That is a handsome white man right there. I love me some Scott Foley. That was just a side note because that's who Pulaski is pregnant by. He's playing the doctor. Um, the captain and the one sergeant trying to fix that baby carriage for Pulaski, and that thing fell slap apart. I said, why do is that a men thing for real? Like they do that on TV shows and they be saying the men don't like to follow instructions. Is that really true? Because why would you buy a baby carriage and then throw the instructions away? Number one, knowing that you're not a you're not a craftsman. And then you bringing the black dude in there to help you. He dag sure ain't no craftsman. So why would y'all come in there thinking y'all finna be able to put this together with no instructions? Why would you do that? The other thing that I'm very happy about, I'm glad that Amanda is back. Although she is slower than she was, I'm glad she's back. And I just realized what happened on this last episode. I feel so bad for my girl Faith getting hooked up with this daggone scammer. I thought she had done really met a millionaire who owned a hotel. This is the thing. As a police officer, why didn't she run a further background on that man? She just kind of like believed what, you know what? When she initially went into it, she wasn't going into it looking for no relationship. I think she was just going in looking for a little, break my back. And he did. I said, Faith, when they was in that scene, her and that man was in that bed, I said, Faith, you better get it, baby, because she was riding out, if you know what I mean. And he was also giving her the business. So I know she wanted to get her back cracked. But also, I felt like, dang, she initially wasn't going in for that. And then she started falling for him. And now he's a liar. And to come to the end and they have confirmed that he's a part of these people. So he's a part of the crew of people. I'm trying to remember what the crime was. I mean, it's a case. See, I can't. That's why I was like, it wasn't Pete, but that piece definitely came to me. I definitely remember that part because that's what they told her at the end of this episode, and she was like, and they was like, you got to play it off, girl. You can't let them know that you know. Um, it's gonna probably come back to me, but I know that he's a part of a crew that was connected to another case. That was, all of these pieces was being broken down. I love Will Trent. If y'all are watching me now and you don't watch Will Trent, get into it. First of all, the the uh the ABC trio, the rookie, Will Trent, and High Potential, good TV. Okay? High Potential. Do y'all think do you think that Carradine and Morgan like each other? Like I just keep giving for the last two episodes, I don't maybe even three. I have been feeling like Carradine and Morgan like each other. Like the way they be looking at each other. It be feeling like when they're like ending a conversation or getting ready to walk away from each other, it feels like they kind of like it's like how when you're trying to walk away from somebody but you kind of like walking slow, it's like they're taking their time to say goodbye. um Something that really had made me feel like it was the case that she kind of like at least that she felt some kind of way because she's like, you deserve to be happy. But it kind of feels like they want each other, but it's just something that they haven't said. And I feel like that's getting ready to come with this whole thing with him getting back with the old lady, and the old lady, when I say old lady, the lady's not old, but his old fiance, and him saying to her that he don't want to hurt her again, and her saying, well, don't hurt me. But it's giving that conflict between him actually having feelings for Morgan and not having said it. And then I feel like later on he's gonna end up saying it. I think that's gonna be some drama. I'm glad to know, because I haven't talked about it since I talked about the episode where Mekhi Phifer's character had went missing. I'm glad to know that he wasn't dead, because he ended up calling the captain lady and telling her, like, hey, baby, I'm on the run. I'm in hiding. Y'all couldn't protect me. And so I had to, I had to dip and dive and get on up out of there. And so apparently he had rolled up under the truck. And so by the time the man who was following him came to the truck, he was gone. But the man didn't get him. He was just gone altogether. We all this time were thinking that maybe he had been taken. So I was actually really happy to know that they hadn't gotten him. But what that also means is that that man is still after Morgan, because Morgan is the one who got the bag. They just was trying to get to the Arthur dude so they could get to Morgan. So I think there's still probably going to be more on this episode that's coming up. I think an episode comes on this week coming. I think there's going to be more with that. What else from that episode? Carradine and the lady getting back together. I think that's cute for him, because he's such a stick in the mud that he need to be getting some coochie. Okay, that's what I feel like. That was his problem. He was stressed. Is there anything else from High Potential that's like of great importance? What I do want to know, I understand that the Arthur dude is missing and you got the white man that's following them, but I really want to know what's going on with the girl daddy. It's like we ain't even talking about that no more. The case with the missing daddy. I feel like he's like an informant or something like that, but where are we with that? That's what I want to know. What else happened on this episode? Was this the one where the guy was playing the video games and oh no, this last one was where that man, ain't that some crazy mess. That man basically not created himself, but set it up so that he could be the healthiest man in the world, and then got all these people to donate their money to him to support his fund for him, supposed to be helping these people so that they could be the healthiest people, or at least like prevent disease and do these kind of things. Done took these folks' money and built robots of himself. And then the girl killed him using candles, which was very interesting. It's always so interesting to see how Morgan like goes through and breaks down the case, like all that stuff becoming to all that knowledge she had. Because some of that stuff I wouldn't be able to keep in my brain. No, I mean, real talk. I wouldn't be able to. And then she freaked out in that meditation room, and then Carradine was Carradine. Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna call him Mecca because that's who he was on Power Book 2. But he was holding her and keeping her calm or whatever. So it's like they know how to keep each other calm. That was another thing that gave me a clue. Like, I feel like y'all are trying to build us up for they like each other, because he was like, he feels like she would do the same thing for him. Like if he needed to be calmed down, she would know what to do to keep him calm. I said, okay, Carrot. Oh, okay. So y'all like each other. Just go ahead and say that. Okay, that's my TV talk. If you are watching this on the replay, tell me what you think about The Rookie, Will Trent, and High Potential. Tell me what shows you're watching and what shows you think I should be watching, because am I missing some good stuff? I don't think we got an episode of 911 Nashville. I mean, the last episode, we can talk about the last episode of 911 Nashville. Old girl ended up going back. She went to the support group. They were laughing about about their partners, like telling funny stories about their deceased spouses, and she didn't find that funny because she's still really in the midst of her grieving, which was very interesting because her husband has been gone for 3 years, and it just always kind of shows you the difference in people's grieving. Like she's 3 years, and I think that the dude who played Jason from the game, I think his spouse has been gone for about as long, but of course he's been doing this grieving group, and they have been supporting each other. So he probably has been able to move through it. So they in there laughing and talking about sex and all this kind of stuff, and she didn't find that funny. Meanwhile, sis is sitting home leaving voicemails for her husband. I was like, oh, I felt for her so much because you've been with this person, you built a life with this person, they had kids, they have this big old house, and you now have just been left with no companion, and she's calling him and leaving him voicemails telling him about her day. And I just was like, oh, because it's that you what do you do with that love? It's just oh, but I really hope her and that the Jason, that's what I'm gonna call him because that's what I know him as. But I really hope they get together because I feel like she needs some love, and I think at the end of the episode, her going back to the grief group, telling a funny story about her husband, and taking Blythe with her, the sister-in-law. And I thought that that was very interesting too. Like Blythe had to remind her, like, girl, I lost my big brother too. Like, I understand you lost your husband, but and it's a little bit different because that was her husband, that was her man, girl, that was your brother. Like, yes, you was close to him, but that was my lover. That was my partner. That's my kid's father. Like, it's a whole other different loss, but it also put into perspective for Cammy that hey, he had family who lost him too, who's grieving him too, because that's my brother. I grew up with him. I know him in a different way than you know him, and I miss him too, but life does go on. And so I'm glad that she took her to the grief group. I'm glad that she was able to have that moment where she was able to kind of pull through it. Um, that daggone Leanne Rhymes, that doggone Leanne Rhymes as that mama. How you gonna tell? First of all, Blue, how you gonna let her tell you to go to sleep and you go to sleep? And when she said that to me, I said, watch his stupid ass go up the stairs and go to sleep. And show shit, he went upstairs and went to sleep. Why would you let her tell you that? You are a grown man. Yes, you still live with her, but you are a grown man. You are a firefighter. How you gonna let her tell you to go to sleep? And I don't even remember the mama name is, but Leanne Rhymes, you got a nerve for you to be a scammer and a schemer, and you be mad at him because he's honest. And he told you he wasn't gonna lie for you. So you got a nerve to get mad at me because you wanted me to lie, but I had already told you when you asked me to lie, I told you I wasn't gonna lie. And then you try to put me in a position to lie, like force me to lie by you scheming and scamming. And you get mad because I still tell the truth. I told you from the beginning I wasn't lying for you. I, I don't want nobody to hit their mama, but I just want her to get smacked upside the head just one good time. Because why would you put that boy in that position? You have already. And what's interesting to me is that you're not even trying to do better because you already had pissed Blue off when he found out that you are the one that had kept him from his father. That the daddy had done been sending money that whole time. You already had messed that up. And now you want him to do something to potentially harm the relationship between him and his father, which you already had messed up. How is you cool? I don't like her character. Now, for the point of the story, she is necessary. But I don't like Leanne Rhymes' character on that show at all. I don't like her on 911 Nashville at all. And you know what? That just says she's doing good acting. Because what is that? I'm gonna Google what the lady name is. She gets on my nerves. Do y'all watch 911 Nashville? Hold on, 911 Nashville. Cause I had just recorded my podcast, and sometimes I be forgetting. I could just be kind of like free on here, honey. I'm gonna Google, and we gonna find out together when I'm wondering certain things, so that I can call her by the correct name. Let me see what her Leanne Rhymes character. Dixie, that's her name. That damn Dixie get on my nerves. How dare you do Blue like that? He is trying his hardest to be um he is trying his hardest to be on the up and up. And how dare you try to bring him down and further like mess him up? Y'all, I really be getting invested into these shows. Tell me a show that you are invested into like that. Like you talk about these characters like for real, like you be going off on them. Cause I feel a kind of way about that when it comes to Blue. Just because he's a pretty cool, he a pretty cool guy. And so I don't like the fact that his mama be playing games with him like that. Cause why? Cause for why come? Oh, that ain't what I want to do. Why would you do that to him? All right, y'all. Okay. I think that's all. I think now that's all my TV talk. So if you are watching this on the replay, please tell me again what you think about um the rookie, what you think about Will Trent, High Potential, and 911 Nashville. What shows do you watch? And what shows do you think I should be watching? Are there some shows that I did not mention that you would be like, hey girl, I think you might enjoy these. I think you might like it. I think you might. Now, see, when I go to my page, it don't show I'm live. But when I go into, maybe I can't see that I'm live. This be so funny to me. Anywho, next, I have a few things that I saw on the internet that I want to share with you all that I thought were either interesting or funny. Let me say this, since we off the TV talk and we just going into general talk. I did watch the Super Bowl halftime. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. Let's check the score. Because last time I checked, the Seahawks was whooping ass. Okay. 29-13. Oh, it's over. Okay. Shout out to the Seahawks. I don't think I downloaded this post. I think I liked the post on Instagram, so I might be able to find it. But I know this man is happy because he had bet all his little savings. Did I put that in my mouth? Hold on. Let me see. Because sometimes I be saving stuff online and I don't share it. Oh, like this. I don't share it to my phone, which means then I didn't download it. And so sometimes also I just be done like the post. But I might have to go to Instagram and show y'all that. Okay, so shout out to the Seahawks because according to Google, they won the Super Bowl. But I did watch the halftime show with my mama, and it was actually, I enjoyed it. I moved my hips the whole time. I understood some of the words that Bad Bunny was saying, because I took Spanish in high school for 2 years. I think 11th and 12th grade, or 10th and 11th grade, one of those 2 consecutive years. And then I took Spanish 1 in when I went to Valencia Community College for a little bit. And I understand a little bit. So me hablo español un poquito, okay? So I understood when he had said novia, and I understood, certain things, mi nombre, etc., right? So the show to me was good. Now I will say I was expecting a little Cardi B because one, we know she was there, okay, because her man was playing. Two, they have the song together, and low key he could have brought Beyonce out and performed Beyonce. Wait, ain't that Bad Bunny? Or that's somebody else? I might be thinking. Hold on, that he might not be the Mahente. He ain't the Mahente man, is he? Oh no, that's J Balvin. Never mind. But definitely he has a song with Cardi B. He definitely has a song with Cardi B. So I was expecting that. But outside of that, I said you better show them people. Number one, he showed y'all his Spanish heritage. Number two, I know somewhere in there he said something about being American and whatever. And yeah, that I like it like that. That's Bad Bunny. Now let me say this also about Bad Bunny. I did not realize that man was so freaking tall. And why did he choose that name, Bad Bunny? That don't look right. Like, you know what I feel like would have been a cool name for him? His last name, Acacio. Bad Bunny. I think that if he made his name Acacio, because I feel like for the most part, we don't see Spanish artists be having like stage names really. Normally they're like Jennifer Lopez, Mark Anthony, Enrique Iglesias, Ricky Martin. Well, that wasn't his real name, but that was a regular name. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't no Bad Bunny. Where the hell did that name come from? Why he chose that? I didn't. I just always wondered that. Why did he choose the name Bad Bunny? But his show was very good. They were in the sugarcane fields. He had the people out there working. He showed you the people, how like the old men be sitting around playing checkers or dominoes or whatever their game is. I think sometimes it's chess. He showed you, there are people out there dancing. He showed you the little boy with his daddy watching the Grammys, watching Bad Baby get his Grammy. Hey, this is possible for you. He showed them like this how we hang out down to Abuela's house. Then he fell through the roof and he came out the door, and then they turned up outside and they was turned up in that pickup truck. He showed you all them flags. And one of the flags was the American flag, along with the Puerto Rican flag and the Dominican flag and the Cuban and all of the other. I've seen a lot of other Latin. I don't be sometimes know the right word we say that, but the flags of Latin countries. He had those flags out there. He had Lady Gaga come out there. He had Ricky Martin. I wanted the Ricky Martin and living La Vida Loca out there for it. Why they couldn't give us a little bit of that? Or what? Upside, inside out, living la vida loca. Living la vida loca. Ricky Martin could have gave us some of that down to the Super Bowl, but neither here nor there. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. Did y'all watch? Let me know. Okay, y'all, let's get into the foolishness. Let's get into the foolishness. Did y'all see this man? Hold on.
He punching his head off, the hair off of his head. That's crazy. Come on, Gerald Miller. They're about to come.
One more.
He punching his head off, the hair off of his head. That's crazy. Come on, Gerald Miller. They're about to come.
Now listen to
He punching his head off, the hair off of his head. That's crazy. Come on, Gerald Miller.
Why he had a toupee on.
So funny, right? I get to my mama's house, and she had some shampoo bottles under her table, and I shampooed it. It was like ammonium bleach. I already lost my hair like 2 days ago. So I called my man, so give me the man. Let me slap on real quick. Ibiza knocked that off. But like I said before, man, it's funny, man. I'm a comedian.
At least he can see the comedy in it, because that man knocked that toothpaste straight up your head. Now, here's what's funny to me. You could have just left your head bald. Like, looking at him now, why did you could have just left your head bald? Why did you feel the need? And then who put it on for you, sir? Who put that on your head? Because they did not do a good job securing that. I hope you didn't pay them. I hope you did not pay them, because they did a horrible job securing that for you. And this is the Lord telling you, let it go and just be bald, okay? Because look at your head. Why? It's not necessary. Look at your head. That's the Lord saying it's okay for you to go bald. It's not necessary. Why? That was too funny to me. All right, y'all. Sometimes I understand why men be exhausted with women, because sometimes I be exhausted with women. Listen to
Just
this.
walked out on a man in the middle of our workout at the gym because he tried to play in my face. Now, to give you a little backstory, this man has been following me. I met him once a while ago. He's been following me. I made a post about needing to get back in the gym and how I'm being inconsistent. He was like, I can help you. I took him up on the offer. He's cool. I was like, okay, cool. Let's just be gym buddies. That's it. Like, I need somebody to hold me accountable, and that's fine. So we did go work out. Everything was cool. The first time we worked out, it was good. I was like, hey, you want to do this again? Like, it was cool. Now, after the workout session, he did express romantic interest. Do I know that men are attracted to me? Yes. I'm not stupid doodle dumb. But does that mean I'm about to be with you, date you? No, we're just doing the gym thing. I very much keep men at an arm's length and a distance at all time. But he was like, you know, if you ever want to go on a date, I am feeling you. I was like, I know you were attracted to me because, again, I'm not stupid. But I'm like, let's do the gym thing. I think this is good. I'm not really looking at, date right now. We're just going to be gym buddies. Mm-hmm. So we're in the gym today, right? We're doing our workout. Everything's going well. And then there was this woman that approached him. So I don't say nothing. I just kind of looked at her. Now, she did look my way, and she was like, hey, I saw you. And I was like, oh, my God, that's my dad. Turns out the woman is his daughter. Now, we had just talked about the daughter. I think the first time we worked out, we talked about the daughter. So I'm familiar with her. She's not familiar with me, right? So they're having about a 3-minute conversation. They chopping it up, as they should. But at no point during this conversation did he even look over to me, or did he even say, oh, hey, that's my friend Sheila. We're working out. Simple. We're gym buddies. All you could have did was introduce me. But you didn't. So she walks away, and he kind of seems like we're about to continue this workout. To which I got off the machine, and I was like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable with that. I felt very unseen. Like, we're platonic friends, and you could have just introduced me. Now, you did express romantic interest, and with you having romantic interest, you should have for sure introduced me. Which lets me know, like, are you hiding something? You ashamed of me? Because I'm that girl. What you got to be ashamed of? What you hiding me for? I can't
listen to no more of that foolishness. Girl, what? You said that after the first gym session, he expressed romantic interest, and you told him no, you all were just gym buddies. So why, when we're gym buddying it, do I need to introduce you to anybody? Huh? And not only, you didn't feel seen for what? What did he need to see you for? Because you already, see, I know that there are dudes who you will turn down who will continue to come. But there are some men who, once you turn them down, you've let them know what it is. He's like, oh, I'm moving on to the next. Whatever other girl I have interest in, that's who I'm trying to talk to. And why do I need to introduce you to my daughter? We had our conversation. She went on about her business. Let's finish this workout. Why did he need to see you? You like to play games. And you played a game that you thought you were winning till he showed you wasn't. And also, low key, you probably fell into the trap that he wanted you to fall into because since he showed interest, then you turned him down. He wanted you to know, okay, I can show you. I can let you know, all right, girl, we ain't all that. It ain't all this. Then, hey, you're not important. Let me show you how unimportant you are, girl. Anywho, let me make sure that the sound on this. We're gonna play this video, but we're not gonna play the sound of it, okay? This daddy was stressed out, y'all. And this video was so funny to me because he thought he lost the baby, y'all. So notice that he's pushing the carriage, right? Well, he took his little money out and he looks back at the carriage and realized the baby is not there. Oh my God, where's the baby? Where is the baby? Do y'all see the baby? Where is the baby? I see the baby. He don't see the baby. Where is the baby? Oh, he thinks somebody done snatched the baby. He looking down the road. Oh my God, where is the baby? Y'all see the baby? Look at the baby. Look at the baby. He still hasn't really realized it. Sir, you were holding the baby while you were looking. There's the baby. Had that man stressed beyond belief. He thought somebody had done snatched that baby. Now, I was wondering, why is the baby on your chest instead of in the carriage? But I'm assuming maybe the baby was fussy and you I don't know if it's a girl or boy. You picked the baby up, put it on your chest so that it wasn't fussy. You know, babies like to be close to you. And maybe baby fell asleep there. It was just easier for you to keep the baby on you than to put it back in the little carriage. But when he thought that baby was gone, when I say life had done flashed 10 times before his eyes, that is too funny. And it took him a minute to recognize it. On that phone, it was funny to me how he is holding the baby while he is looking for the baby. Literally got that right hand on the baby. That's sometimes how it be when you be looking for your cell phone and your cell phone be in your hand. You be like, where is my phone? I've literally been on the phone one time talking to somebody like, where's my phone? They're like, girl, you own it. I'm like, oh hell, this is in my hand. He didn't know what had happened. At least the baby wasn't gone, sir. That is too funny. Don't stress that daddy out. He need to get a nap. Papa needs a nap. I think that's what it is. What else we got for y'all? Let's see. I downloaded a few things. And then we're going to watch them. And I'm going to get on off of here. Because I still need... I still need to edit the podcast so I can get it up. Let's see. I already did that one. Oh, this is what I want to know. Louisiana, what y'all got going on?
Dangerous inmates who escaped from Louisiana's jail, the Riverbend Detention Center. They are now back in custody, but the hunt remains for the others. Several of the escapees they've been arrested in Baton Rouge in the past.
Dion Guillory has been following this developing story all day and has some new details for us. Dion.
Well, good evening. We are still waiting to learn tonight how those inmates were able to escape from the Riverbend Detention Center in East Carroll Parish. Trenton Tamplin is one of the recaptured escapees. He faces a murder charge in East Baton Rouge Parish. 4 of the escapees were previously arrested on violent crimes in East Baton Rouge Parish. Trenton Tamplin is accused of a double shooting on Fairfields Avenue in June 2020. One man died and a woman was hurt. Police arrested Destin Brogan in September 2022 when he was 18, tied to a shooting death at an O'Neill Lane apartment complex. Colin Looney was arrested for a Baton Rouge burglary in 2023. Less than a year later, authorities charged him with second-degree murder in Broussard. Kevin Slaughter has been arrested several times since 2006. His charges range from drug possession to robbery and domestic abuse battery. Krishan Salinas was arrested in St. Mary Parish last January on charges including theft and speeding. He also faced warrants from Morgan City, Terrebonne Parish, and Homa. Clope Lalonde Vicnair pleaded guilty to manslaughter in September. He had originally been indicted on a murder charge. Now, Attorney General Liz Murrow says she's monitoring the situation and has offered assistance to the sheriff. Elizabeth?
Dion, thank you.
I have never heard so much of people escaping from prison or jail. And for it to be in Louisiana, and this is another set of fugitives, what do y'all have going on? What kind of security? What? What in the whole world? Y'all got a lot going on, Louisiana. See, that's what y'all get for be trying to be racist and stuff. Why y'all trying to be racist? Y'all better be worrying about jail security because them folks is escaping. They're escaping. Oh, I wanted to say wah to this.
At the crib with the kids running wild because it's like we work so much, right?
Yeah.
Quality time, because during that time she might push me or I might be pushing her, or like, you had those real conversations at the house, you know what I'm saying, about what your aspirations or what you want to do. And we talk a lot about business so we can set up the kids so they're not forced to be in this industry like we are.
Offset, please. Offset, please. Go away from us with this, Apollo. It's like, I know the old adages are true, and so when things like this happen, you're able to see the true, like, manifestation of when people tell you you don't realize what you got till it's gone. But wasn't you the same one that was talking big shit to her? Weren't you the same one who was out with all them hoes talking about how good you felt? And I guess you realized once you realized that she really was over you and that didn't hurt her feelings, that made you feel even worse. Although you was already feeling bad when you were doing that. You just were trying to play a game that you were never going to win because sis had already done moved on from you. And what's wild is you had 3 chances to get it right. I'm sure you had more than 3 chances, but I'm specifically talking about the birth of your children. And you still wanted to be a fuckboy. And you got that prize. So don't be telling us about how you miss her and you miss the kids. I'm sure you do. You had a woman that was catering to you. I'm sure you do. You recognize what she was doing for you, how she was loving you, how she was caring for you. Like you just said, we was talking about business. That woman was invested in the future that you were going to have, that she was going to have, that y'all kids were going to have for y'all as a family. Guess that grass wasn't too green over there, was it? That album ain't do shit. You ain't in your group. The public don't see it for you simply because you a fuckboy. We don't care about you missing Cardi. I mean, your kids, okay. But we don't care about you missing Cardi. Don't give a damn. Good for you. When I saw this, I said, aha! aha! I laughed because good for you. That's in my saved. I always love to mess up, and then you want to tell us after the fact how great it was. Negro, please. I got to save the post. I could not download it because of where it was. So I'm going to share with y'all my screen. See if this works. Okay. This was so funny to me.
What? What? Tim, did you hear One Direction?
Let me start it over.
What? What? Tim, did you hear One Direction is breaking up? What? Just told me. Wait, what?
And then the when?
Zane! Zane is... Time out. What?
That was hilarious to me. That was too funny to me. Alrighty, we're gonna stop sharing, and then we're gonna go back to another post. I got a few more things, and then I'm gonna get a bowl for here. We got a few like what would you do's. Here's the other wham. Girl, we don't care.
When my moments are
When?
like kids' parties. Sometimes after kids' parties, I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, because you see, I go to kids' parties and the parents are actually together. I don't mean like fake together to cut the cake, like
Yeah.
the family is together. So, like kids' parties, or it will be even random, like when I'm at the grocery store, and it's like, dad helping the mom pick something up from the thing to put it in the coche, and then the baby is there and you're unloading into the car. I've done so much unloading and stuff by myself, but then I'm like, man, I would be unstoppable if I had that help.
Right.
Because I'm doing all the things. So I'm proud of myself. But yeah, like those, I have moments like that where I'm at the grocery store, at kids' parties when I leave, or even if it's not the family's kids' party, but it's just a dad that came with mom to help her with the kid at the kids' party kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You had a baby by the game, sis. You had a baby by the game. You weren't in a relationship with him. Y'all still want to skate and skip and and jump around the fact that y'all knew him and his family when he was with Tiffany, when they were engaged. Boo-hoo. What Young Thug said, whoop-de-doo. That's what you chose. So I hope that when you're having those moments, when you in the grocery store or you at the baby birthday party and y'all fake cutting cake, or you at another child's birthday party and you see the daddy with the mama and they really are together and he really is helping and he carrying the children and he doing his dad duty. The dad take the baby and go change the diaper, which that man told you he was never going to change the diaper. I would never understand. Let me tell you something. If you we're never sleeping together without protection if you tell me you don't do diapers. The hell? You think I'm supposed to change all of these boo-boo diapers by myself with no help? Is you cool? Is you okay? You think I'm finna change boo-boo diapers by my daggone self of your baby? I wish I would. I wish I would. But she did it to herself. Because you had a baby by the game. And what's so sad to me, and this is how you be knowing when women do have low self-esteem, you can see it really evident when a woman is super gorgeous and she end up with a lame ass nigga like the game. When I heard that that's who she was pregnant by, I said, "Po thing." First of all, it let me know not only did you have low self-esteem, but you had low aspirations. The game ain't got no money like that. You couldn't go get with none of these G League basketball players that got a little check. You couldn't go get a regular basketball player to somebody that's on the bench. The game, Jayceon. The game, hate it or love it. The underdogs is on top. The game. You should have got that meat, got off, and not left with no seed from him, girl. Cause I have seen pictures, so I understand from that perspective. But you should have definitely left without any babies. You should have took a plan B if there was a slip up. You should have went down to the clinic when you found out. The game, girl, we don't feel sorry for you and your single motherhood because that is what you asked for, girl. You couldn't tell me otherwise because the game, girl, slap your own self several times every time you look in the mirror. Because the game, anyway, speaking of another relationship that, this lady I feel bad for.
Fuck. We've been together 10 years. My birthday the same day every 10 years. And you never thought to yourself, let me put something to the side for her? I do that for you.
Every time I try, it's always something that transpires.
But 10 years in a row, Ryan?
Ain't no 10 years in a row. There's been times where you done celebrated your birthday.
On my dime or somebody doing a give.
It's a second video.
Somebody that's feeling bad for me. You never, 10 years in a row, you never did nothing for me.
Look at the fucking circumstance. It's not like I ain't tried. Fuck, I couldn't.
10 years in a row, you couldn't.
Nope.
Valentine's Day, too. Hey, damn.
Sis, it's been time to go. If for 10 years, so you're telling me not even the first year that you all were together that this man bought you nothing for your birthday? Because I'm going to assume, that I'm gonna assume that like the first year that you were together, it's somewhere in the midst of your birthday. So let's say y'all weren't even together a full year when your birthday came. He didn't do anything to show you that he gave a damn or cared about you from the beginning. Okay, so then year 2 comes. Still no birthday present? And you're still there. I wish a Negro would. Now, I'm not going to say I ain't had a nigga play in my face about my birthday. But first year, second year, third year, fourth year, hell no. As the first year, I don't know you. If you're not giving me something if you're not celebrating my birthday, you telling me you couldn't have went and got that lady no card, $1.25 at that time, Dollar Tree, because $1.25 just started happening. So back then, they was 2 for 1. So you telling me you couldn't buy her no card from the Dollar Tree? You telling me you couldn't have took her to no picnic to the park with some Lunchables? You telling me you couldn't have took her to dinner? You couldn't. Before they went to 2 to 25, it was 2 for 20. You tell me you couldn't have took her to 2 for 20 at Applebee's for her birthday? Talking about the circumstances. So you've been down bad for 10 years, ma'am. You should have ran just off of that alone. If that man been in a circumstance for 10 years where he could never buy you nothing for your birthday or Valentine's Day, you should have been gone. You should have been running like Usain Bolt. You should have been up out of there so mother quick. Girl, what? And then you're still talking to the man. You at the table trying to explain to him. You're at the table trying to explain to him why it is an issue with the fact that for the past 10 years since y'all been together, he has never gotten you anything for your birthday. Girl, run. If y'all live together, whenever the lease is up, don't renew it. Find you a new place and leave him in the dust. Leave that dusty where he at. He don't give two shits about you. And I can guarantee you he don't went out for his homeboys' birthdays. Every year of them 10 years of your birthday where y'all never celebrated your birthday, I bet you if his homeboy had a birthday the same month, he went out with him. I bet you he done been out of town for his homeboy's birthday. It's given it's another woman somewhere and you not the main lady. I don't know. Because I can't understand that. I wish a nigga would. And I mean that with my whole chest. Because I had somebody show out for me on my birthday last year. I don't even talk to you no more. I don't got nothing to say to you. And it wasn't the first year. And you have done something for me in the past for my birthday. But I'd be damned if you're going to not do nothing for me on my... And you be getting my coochie? Negative. Girl, if you don't run and I'm gone, She said for Valentine's Day either. Dang. People will show you they don't give a damn about you in the smallest, easiest, quickest ways. Because that was the easiest way that man was telling you he ain't give two shits about your ass. And that is sad to me. That you sitting at that table explaining to him any further. I'd have been at my homegirl house where I moved to till I found my new place telling the nigga I don't fool with you because you ain't got me nothing for my birthday for the last 10 years and I'm done. The fuck? No. Nope. I think that's all the videos. I think I'm gonna have to delete some of these things out of my downloads so that I can get through them. Yeah, I don't got no more videos. Let's go to my images because there are some things that I want to talk about. Let me ask y'all this. If the bank deposited $1.05 million into your bank account accidentally, are you giving it back? Now, if you don't give it back, you go to prison for a year. What you doing? And to me, it looks like it could be an easy decision or choice, but I feel like we got to really think about what a year in prison means. Do you want to do that? Because like the way I'm set up, I don't know that I want my freedom taken. I think even though, yes, you get out, like, okay, let's do some Googling. Okay. I'm gonna put it, okay. If a bank deposits money into your account and you don't return it, what is the criminal charges that you could face? Okay. So keeping money accidentally deposited by a bank and refusing to return it can lead to serious criminal charges, including felony. Nope, you already got me there. Felony theft, bank fraud, or misappropriation of funds. Penalties can include substantial fines, probation, potential prison time, up to 30 years for federal bank fraud, along with the requirements to repay all of the funds. So he still might have to pay the money back. How does that work? What I want to know is, and this could just be like he might not have been able to keep that unless you were able to wire the money from one account to another account before they realized they sent you that money mistakenly. And so now the money has moved from that bank to another bank. I guess that could be the problem. Under 18 U.S. Code Sections 1344, bank fraud carries penalties of up to 1 million in fines or 30 years in prison. So yeah, nah. When you said felony theft, you had me right then. Cause when you get out, then you gonna need a job. I mean, I guess you got $1 million, but how long is that gonna last? Like, I'm straight. I don't need to have that pressure on me. And then in this case, according to the Googler, if they expecting you to pay the money back, then child, please. It ain't even worth it. So what, you about to be on the run for your whole time? I ain't got time for it. Okay. So we know that the Grammys had just happened, right? And so, let me remove this one. Kendrick Lamar won for a couple of things, but one of those being Best Rap Album. And Isaac Hayes, I think he's the third. He had a very big problem with it because his issue was that he felt like Glorilla should have won over Kendrick, and that he feels like because the majority, and this is me just giving you a slight synopsis over his video. I didn't bring his video because I feel like sometimes he be on par, or he be in line with what's going on. And sometimes I'd be like, man, shut up, you just complaining. Because how are we complaining about who won it? It's a black person. You know what I'm saying? So he said, so in 2026 for rap album, it was Kendrick Lamar. In 2025, it was Doechii. In 2024, it was Killer Mike. In 2023, it was Kendrick Lamar. In 22, it was Tyler the Creator. 21, it was Nas. 2020, it was Tyler the Creator. In 2019, it was Cardi B. In 2018, it was Kendrick. 2017, it was Chance the Rapper. And in 2016, it was Kendrick. And his argument was that 7 of the last 11 Grammy rap album wins came from LA artists, 5 from TDE. That's 63%. So his position was like that the majority of the Grammy voting, I guess like the numbers that make up the full committee of people who vote for the Grammys is mainly in California. And that because those people that are mainly in California, that's the reason why Kendrick Lamar has won. And I think that is complete crap. Part of his argument was talking about the impact that Glorilla had, like on the internet and all this. We're talking about the music on the album. Yes, Glorilla had a good album. I played Glorious out. But I would not be able to say that Glorious deserved to win the Grammy over GNX. Glorious definitely deserved to be nominated and to be in the conversation of rap albums. But I can't look at Glorious and be like, y'all should have gave Glorilla that Grammy over Kendrick. And it has nothing to do with him being from LA. It has everything to do with the fact that it was a good, great piece of work. Period. There's no way you can listen to those two albums and tell me that you think that it's because he's from LA. The work was good. And then this is Kendrick Lamar that we are talking about. You're tripping, sir. You're tripping. I get the point you were trying to make, but you're tripping. This is Kendrick Lamar. He don't turn in no bullshit. He is He is valedictorian. What are you talking about? So what? He's from LA, and so what? That Doechie's from TDE. And what was so ridiculous to me is to say, I guess because TDE is a LA company, so Doechii winning was because she was tied to LA. Because when people are like, well, Doechie's from Florida, Chance the Rapper is from Chicago. And then when you look at, for instance, if we look at 2023 Grammy Rap Album of the Year nominees, it was Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It was DJ Khaled's God Did. It was Future's I Never Liked You. It was Jack Harlow's Come Here, Come Home, The Kids Miss You, and Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. So maybe Pusha T could have won above Kendrick if you feel that way. But you're acting as if all of the albums that were in that category was so great, and that as a result, Kendrick won when he should not have. What was the other years? I just want to look at that because that kind of pissed me off, and it was also like, man, shut up, Isaac Hayes the third. Every time you see him online, he's complaining about something. And it was so very like disheartening to see him complaining about this, because I don't think it was a valid complaint. And the people in the comments was eating him up like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, why are we not celebrating that? Did you listen to GNX? Like, literally, did you listen to it? Because what are you talking about? I'm trying to find the post again so I can see what was that 2016 that he had won. Let me go on my downloaded file folder. That'll be easier. Yeah. Negroes always got to be complaining. Gotta ask you all that. We need to move the board. And Kendrick still would have won. If they move the voting categories to some other state and even out where it is, GNX would have still won. So be quiet. Just talking. Just be talking to be talking. I can't find it. Probably good that I did. Anyway, that was something that had aggravated me and pissed me off. I can't find it. So it ain't. I made my point with the one I did find. All right, let's talk about which one would you choose, and then I'm gonna get up out of here because I done been on here for over an hour. So I think that's enough live time for me. If you're catching this in the replay, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can catch all of my mouth running. I got two things that I want to talk about. All of my mouth running and all of my shenanigans. Okay? Support a sister. Subscribe, like, comment, and come on back. All right, so I'm going to do this in the opposite order. I had wanted to talk about this in a previous live, and that live wouldn't let me pull up photos. So all right. Let's read, shall we? I had sex with this guy after. You know, when you start reading something, and when people write it a certain way, you already know we about to get into some fucking foolery. I had sex with this guy after our supposed to be OUR. After our date, he said he really liked me and wanted a relationship with me. We had good sex, and after he dropped me off, I called him hours later and it went to voicemail. He blocked me. My mom says it's grape because he manipulated me by saying he wanted a relationship and made me let my guards down to have sex with him. I tried to message him on social media, but he blocked me there too. So my mom had to reach out. I just want an apology for him using me and taking advantage of my body. And if I don't get one, I will make the call. He used me and took my body. That's great. I feel used. Did he use you or did you give it away freely, sis? Because after y'all's date, was this the first date? And he told you he wanted a relationship? Did that mean you had to give him the coochie? Or are you mad because you were not smart enough to keep your coochie to yourself? Because I don't think lying about the desire to potentially have a relationship or that you want to have a relationship is considered a crime. So what are you gonna go there and tell them that he raped you and that you're saying he did that because he told you he wanted a relationship? Or are you just gonna lie and tell them that he raped you? And your mama is a dumb hoe too. Because instead of your mama telling you, well, this is the reason why you don't just give me and your coochie after they tell you they want something from you, she gonna tell you that he raped you. She helped put the stupid ass idea into your head. You a dummy, bitch. What Monique said. Come on now. Wrong, 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 wrong. Somebody needs to slap you and your mammy. Because WTF. Who, what? Like, how does that make sense? Baby, please. And men, y'all better start learning to, if you can't get the coochie without lying, just don't get no coochie. Because sometimes you end up putting yourself in a situation because you attempt to manipulate somebody and then you manipulate a crazy bitch like this and her mama trying to get you put on some charges. Your DNA is probably in her. So she will go and tell those people you took advantage of her. She will lie and say that you raped her. And then you got to go down to the courthouse. You get locked up. You potentially get convicted and sent to jail. Just because you're a liar, which I mean is not a crime. But y'all be careful. Y'all be careful out here in these streets. It's real in the field. Okay? One last one. What you choosing? You snowed in with one of these friend groups. Which one you picking? So this is not which one are you watching as far as TV, but of these friend groups, you want to hang with Living Single, you want to hang with the Abbott Elementary crew, Girlfriends, or Martin. I'm going to first say I would not want to hang with Martin because Martin is liable to put you out. Didn't he put somebody out in the snow? No, I'm good. And then Cole would be probably asking aggravating questions. Gina gonna probably be having like an anxiety attack and getting on my nerves. You might have a runny nose Roscoe coming to the door and we snowed in. Anybody got time for that? We want peace. Okay. I would also I would eliminate Abbott Elementary next. I'm just gonna tell y'all why I wouldn't choose y'all gonna know who I'm choosing by when I eliminate the next group. I would eliminate Abbott Elementary next because Janine, Barbara, and I can't remember what his name is, but the little white teacher that's real eccentric would all get on my nerves. They probably would be doing too much. They would be doing too much. Everybody would trying to come up with an activity that we need to do while it's snowing. The principal, she gonna be trying to figure out a way to make a scheme and a scam out of the situation. I don't got time for it. They just think they're a lot. I feel like they would have my you know how your I don't want to say like anxiety. What's the it would be like your my social battery would be drained just dealing with them. It would just be I'd be overstimulated. That was the word I was looking for. I would be overstimulated dealing with them. All right, so Living Single and Girlfriends, one of my 2 favorite shows. I am not hanging with Joan and them. Joan would get on my nerves. Tony would damn sure get on my nerves. Mine just would be talking loud, and that probably would break my nerves. Like, girl, shut up. Lynn probably would be cool though, because we could probably, hit a little something. Lynn would be wanting to Lynn would be wanting to talk to Mary with me, but she's just 1 out of the 4. Now, I would love to hang with the Living Single crew. They played good games. They was always having some drinks. Oh, they had drinks and girlfriends too. But Living Single, we have some drinks. We be chilling around the house. Sinclair would be slightly annoying, but she still would be fun. I feel like Joan would be annoying to the point that I want to slap her. Sinclair would be that kind of goofy, just like out there kind of annoying, where I would be laughing at it more so than like truly annoyed. Yeah, I feel like we'll have a good time. We can talk about African facts, and Overton can tell us a little bit about handyman stuff. Regine, we can put on a fashion show. Maxine, we could do some mock court stuff, or just have her. That always would be fun to watch her and Kyle go back and forth. Yeah, I'm picking Living Single. So if you're watching this, please let me know down in the comments who you hanging with on a snow day. All right, y'all. I have been on here for long enough. I have enjoyed my time. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching a replay, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you are following my Facebook page. Make sure you are following me on all my socials. I am Thick Madam 730 on everything: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. Thick Madam 730. I love to run my mouth. I love y'all to come and watch me run my mouth, listen to me run my mouth, participate with me while I run my mouth. All right. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.